Hello, once again, dear viewers, and welcome back to another Moonflower Tarot reading. Today, I'm channeling messages from Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, pertaining to this year and this upcoming Earth Day celebration. I am recording this around the time of April 22nd, which is when we celebrate Earth Day. Um, More importantly, a lot of messages want to come through to those of you who have been working closely as humanitarians or identify as light workers, earth angels, or just those of you who want to create a deeper connection with Mother Earth, the beings around you, and are working towards a more sustainable way of life. And this has found you in divine timing. You don't have to be viewing this reading on Earth Day or around it. This is for those of you in particular who are pursuing a holistic avenue as well as doing a lot of community work as well, because there's this feeling within the collective of wanting to go in a more balanced path of both the holistic approach to working with like the elements of the earth, with medicine, with science, as well as like embracing the progress that has been made in the past like 300 years, but bringing things into balance right now. Like Mother Earth is wanting to work with you to show you that it is okay to have both in our world. It is okay to have the progress of the sciences in this new millennia, as well as going back to some of the old things and the old formulas that did work, because that's what balance is really about. Things have been thrown out of whack. It has been kind of divided as a society. And so one of the things that Mother Earth is wanting to reach out to you about is a shift that is happening dramatically within the next few years. One of the biggest and most specific messages coming to me has to do with a collective cosmic shift that's happening over the next 2 months as well. I was shown the 23rd of April, May, and June being like this weird leap of faith, leap in logic for a lot of members of the collective. Specifically, I heard the phrase star portals. There will be these star portals opening, which I do not really understand what that means. From my perspective, a star portal is sort of like this timeline shift or an awakening within a collective of people. So when I was doing some past life regression, the group of people I was with in certain timelines, or let's call them layers or reality, where there was a little bit more of an ascended group of people, um, we chose to incarnate through what we called star portals, which is to say, how do I put this? Like if you manifested from a more angelic realm or a higher vibe realm, and you decided to incarnate on this world specifically to bring this like world to that type of frequency, that's what we would kind of known as that's what I was told as a star portal. It basically is you came from a different ascended layer of reality, and then you didn't necessarily descend, you incarnated here specifically to show the world how to become like the world you came from, if that makes sense at all. So there are these almost collective shifts and awakenings, because it isn't just one person, one group of people. It is like an entire like droves of people who are being like awakened on a very, very deep level. So if long story short, if any of this like resonates with you, there's going to be like a giant like leap in some sort of spiritual behavior within the collective. And again, the dates that I was shown, where there's going to be like either a catalyst, or if you were delayed in your awakening like a few years ago, there's going to be this like definitive moment where you will see yourself being shifted and changed. And it doesn't mean that the world is going to be like over. It means that there are certain like breaking points and boiling points that are happening over the next 3 months. And very specifically like sometime around the 23rd of each month, and it's spaced apart because of just how like devastating sometimes shifts can be. And it doesn't have to be like really really horrible. It's just there's this weird sort of like series of events that are happening, and because it's the summer and because people are enjoying the nice weather and things are moving and things in society are really escalating very quickly, yeah, there's going to be like a 3 month series of events that are spiritually activating people who haven't already awakened. Like if you are just like if you're late to the game, I'm hearing yeah, no, you're gonna probably like even find yourself reliving like trauma from past lives. Like I'm hearing past life events. Like there's things that are happening, wounds that are being like triggered. So just for your awareness and not to be alarmed or startled, like we as human beings are working together, but Mother Earth is just reminding you that you are a part of her just as much as you are part of the universe and heaven. And like we are manifesting heaven on earth. Heaven is a state of mind, heaven is a state of being. And like she is calling upon all beings, big and small, like not just humans, by the way. Like when we're working with the spirits of the earth, we are working with animals, we are working with plants, we are working with like the earth is a breathing living being, and she wants us to be very much closer to her, while also not rejecting like our progress in relation to how we interact with the natural world around us, like getting curious, being like childlike wonder. And you know, because I feel like this world and what she is seeing right now is that a lot of people have made such a big mess and started fires that they want to jump ship rather than using their resources and collective knowledge to just clean up the mess. It's like, okay, one of the songs I got like as I was sitting down to do this and shuffling cards was the song House on Fire by Rise Against. And I will put any songs I receive in the description below in case you use music to heal or kind of putting you in the vibe of this energy. But basically it's this idea right now that every single time like a person who doesn't want to do the work to use their resources to, you know, fix a mess they made, it's like burning down a house to buy a new one. It's like, oh no, the window panes need to be removed and replaced. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to burn it down and create a new house. And it's like that's kind of what's happening with a lot of the people who are making these decisions that go against like a lot of human behavior. Because it's like you make a mess, you clean it up, right? Goes without saying. But there are a lot of people in this world who make a mess, blame others for the mess that they made, and then they go on this crusade of why it's okay to actually make a mess. And it's like Mother Earth is like having none of that right now. So oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a lot of playful energy, by the way. Yeah, so learning a new way of doing things, not completely throwing out some of the old ways, but finding a way to incorporate new methods of being, coexisting. I think, yeah, because I was getting this feeling that some of you are going within right now to try to seek truth about how you want to help humanity and the world around you. Some of you might actually, okay, I'm hearing pet donors, foster parents working in like animal shelters or a humane society. You might have stopped working with fellow human beings in pursuit of working with animals because it feels closer to your soul. If some of you resonate with this, if you believe in reincarnation, you might have been someone's pet in a previous lifetime, and like a spirit animal or a spirit guide. Like if your soul has been around for a long time, you could have incarnated as a cat, a dog, like maybe even a bird, and you were a friend sitting on a shoulder like a parrot. Oh, okay. So are what are those birds called? They're like the parakeets. yeah, you're like this, you're basically a spirit guide or spirit animal to a soulmate in another life, and you might meet them in this lifetime too, or you will work with people who knew you as like their house pet, because living souls are living souls, and they can incarnate, and we can incarnate in any way we want to. Like, when we leave this plane, we can choose what we want to be reborn as, or if we want to be reborn at all. Some of you might be feeling like you have a kindred spirit in another animal. If you just feel really close to a particular type of animal, you might have known what it's like to live like them, and you want to kind of like do them a favor and help them, um, which I find very interesting because I literally have past memories of being a dog. And in a weird way, there is a correlation between people pleasers, people with high energy, and those who were incarnated as a dog in another life. Because the soul is kind of like reliving its pattern in a new body, and it feels kind of weird and disorienting. So you could have been like, not just like born into another like being or existing in another form in a previous life. You could have been a different gender. You could have been like from a different country. If those of you like identify as star seeds, like you could have been like a fish person. You could have had wings. You might not even had like a traditional corporeal form. You might have been like a robot, or you might have been a blob. It's like there's so many ways. Oh my gosh, you're so creative. It's like, okay, I just heard that meme. Everybody's so creative. It's like, that's the funny thing about like when you reach a certain point of ascension, you realize that life is kind of ridiculous. We put so much labels on it and like are so focused on what's right in front of us. It's like we cannot conceive of reality without like context or memories from those other realities. But it's like, if you were a blob person in the blob world, that's all you would know. And if you saw a human being, you'd be like, what is that stick thingy doing? What are they doing, burning down their world? Like, so that's the thing. It's like there's this new perspective that is being taken by the collective and by you, and it's by design. Like, if you're walking away from a group of people like you no longer align with, and you might have been indoctrinated into a system you were in since you were a child, and walking away from it into a new one and seeing like a new perspective or a new way of living, or even with a new group of people. Like, if you had gone off to college and realized that everything your family taught you was not all that you needed to know, or if you were just maybe in a career that only did things one way, you're being told that upon leaving, you're finding a new way of experiencing the world, like a career. If you were working like for a printing company, and oh my goodness, they were, oh, wow, this is specific. If you were working for a printing company and they used AI and they didn't teach you how to use like Photoshop or any of those other programs, and then all of a sudden you go to a new company and they're like, oh no, we don't do it that way. We actually just use our creativity, and we go out there and we do things in a more like a fair, equal trade, like humane type of way, if this makes sense. It's like you're going from one way to another. You're going from one way of experiencing the world to another. And it might be like you're in the same type of like, how do I want to say this? Because for some of you, it's like you were with a group of people who were in um like, okay, so I'm getting a very specific example. I'm not sure how to word it. So let's just say like going with like the animal shelter type of thing. You might have been with a group of people who were part of an animal shelter, but they were not. They might have been a bunch of greedy bastards who just took in animals and were like, you know what, I don't want to actually take care of them. I just want to like almost like a communal narcissist. I want to like look like I'm doing a good job. I want to be on camera and have everybody see that, look at me, I'm such a great person. But then behind closed doors, they're not practicing what they preach. So there's like there's this energy of you were with a group of people in a place that you knew you needed to be, and you realized that that group wasn't collectively like designed to almost challenge you, to see if like you still wanted to do that job, but realizing that there are some people who go down a humanitarian path for the clout and not and for the drama, and you then shift to finding like a group of people within a a shelter or a foster care place for animals that are like you, who are in it because they care about other animals, and they do it for like the sake of caring and unconditional love, and it's not like a transactional clout sort of thing like an influencer. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I'm having a hard time putting these words together, and I think there's a lot of confusion. It's like you were in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right career, but then something shifted and you realized those were not your people. It's the same field you want to be in, it's the same career you want to be in, it's the same purpose. It's like, I want to help people, I want to help animals, but the people I am working with do not align with me or my purpose because they do not share the same values. So these core values of the people you want to be with or need to be with are so drastically different, and it doesn't mean you're in the wrong place. You are in the right place or the right field of study, or your heart is in the right place, and whatever that means to you. For some of you, this could have been a religious experience where you were very close to God, or you had a relationship, at least spiritually, with God. Um, I hear God in heaven. Yeah, some of you might have been from a Christian, or yeah, I'm hearing Christian. Okay, you were from a more conservative Christian upbringing, or you were part of an organization that had like a hive mindset, or this might be a trigger, so trigger warning, like cult like behavior, where you were kind of indoctrinated at a young age, but you still had a very deep spiritual connection, and that almost tainted that, like in a weird way. Like it was right for you to have a connection with God and spirit, or whatever you identify as. It was wrong of the people to force you to have a relationship with God in the way that they knew, which might have been like a very toxic way, like a like a trauma bond survivor. It's like a relationship built on fear and mistrust and wanting the end to be, rather than wanting to live a joyful and fruitful life. Like there's this feeling of just being so restricted. So it's like the fear was not right. Okay, I feel like I'm okay. So my throat and my chest feel very heavy, and that's very telling to me. Because it's like there's this feeling of you were doing the right thing with the wrong group of people and in the wrong place. And it's very confusing. And if you were surrounded by people in an echo chamber of a whole bunch of people who just were doing what they knew, and it was built upon a foundation, a platform of fear, there's almost like this disorientation. You're not trusting yourself or your alliances or even your faith. And that's not easy. um, Walking barefoot on the ground, earthing, walking on the beach and like with your sandals off and looking out at the ocean. Find a way to ground yourself and connect with earth, because I just felt like a very intense pull on my throat and my heart. And it's like my throat is dry. It's like the faith and the love between me and spirit was just pulled out from me, and I just feel like this feeling of just drained. Like I'm devoid of energy and I can't like talk. It's like there's this, yeah, I'm getting the sense there was a toxic upbringing with a group of people. So for some of you who know this about me, I came from a very, like, it wasn't very conservative, but I came from a Christian upbringing. I know this from I know this from experience, where I had a very strong connection with God. My faith actually kept me alive through the darkest times of my life. I was a follower of the word of Christ. However, I was not as the Christians were. I did not believe in what they did, and I felt like almost shamed and humiliated that I did not fiercely have that hot, versus lukewarm relationship. And I was almost demonized for being lukewarm in a lot of ways. I was just seeing that I was inherently awful and sinful, but the problem is the practices of my family were based on this egoic need to be in this state of power and control and a hierarchy. It wasn't needs based. So when I was approaching my faith, I was going in the footsteps of the leader of the church, the one who basically said the words, do unto others, to walk in his footsteps. And what I was shown was people who were doing the opposite. They were Christians, but not followers of Christ. And that created this confusion. And while I do not identify as Christian right now, I do understand the teachings of ascended masters and people who are priest bringers, the people who speak the truth of God and light into this world. And it really is as simple as loving thy neighbor and loving yourself and holding space for compassion for humanity and going out there and doing a lot of good for the world. And that's what I believed in and stood by. And I lost my faith. I lost my connection with spirit because I felt like I was indoctrinated, so it wasn't right and true. The spiritual awakening journey led me to believe that the faith was in the right place, the love was in the right place, but I was not with the right people in the right place and time to realize that it's like God was here and with me and inside me all along. But the thing I was acting upon was fear and ego that had tainted my temple and his temple as well. And I hope that makes sense to you. And it really is just letting go of this eagerness to know the truth and not being intimidated by those who keep proclaiming there is a second coming. So this might be a message for a few of you who are struggling with this right now or struggling with an identity crisis. So I hope this makes sense. Your heart is in the right place. Your purpose is the same as you have known it to be all along. You're just not with the right group of people. They're not reflecting your integrity, your values. It's like in name only, they're humanitarians. In name only, they are, animal rights activists. It's just about discerning that and not giving up on your truth and passion. And you might need to take some time away from those people and go within. Maybe some of you need to go on a little retreat, like a spiritual shamanic retreat, or you need to I'm hearing co-own a shelter or a co-op. Going out into the mountains and just, okay, I'm not going to say that, but uh, take a little toke and ride the dragon. I'm not gonna, okay, with a grain of salt. Only if you are called to do that, but it kind of feels like that, that you're being asked to just kind of take a step back and retreat into yourself, into the mountains, into a hidey hole, and just meditate and pray. And if you have people you trust from an organization, like some of you might know people within a shelter who are like forming your own group. You might even be working together with like a friend or a partner. I am hearing dynamic duo, or you're going to be meeting someone and like partnering up with someone with within a new place. So these are some of the messages like Mother Earth has for you as far as what you've been going through, and you're not alone in this. So I'm going to get some side messages from like nature spirits, the Fae. Some of you had grandparents or godmother who worked with nature spirits and fairies, and you might be channeling them as well. Like if you're channeling ancestors, they're helping you work with nature spirits. Speaking the love language of animals, plants, and nature, it's important that you learn and discover new ways of communicating with the world around you. because nonverbal communication, most of human communication is kind of nonverbal, and there's it's like it's subjective as well, but there's like a lot of things that nature and God does to kind of reach out to you and communicate to you. And like some of you might even be going out to, I'm hearing excavation sites. If you're a paleontologist or archaeologist, you might even be going out more into nature to, yeah, okay. So yeah, paleontology. I'm seeing someone looking at a fossil of a fern. So I got like two images. One of like a rainforest type of place where like I don't know what I think it's paleontology, but I don't know. Like someone like a naturalist or like someone who is going out in nature and studying nature in the rainforest, maybe building shelters. Like I heard habitats for humanity as well, like dealing with deforestation. I also saw an image of a group of archaeologists at a dig site, and I was seeing like ancient, like I was seeing Egypt. I heard Thebes. So this might be this might be relevant for a few of you. I'm sorry, I'm getting interrupted. I'm gonna keep this all in. I don't like to cut out when I'm interrupted, but yeah, when my flow of thought is interrupted, I like to keep it in here because it could be just something that is happening in your life. Like I'm feeling this, like I'm trying to get the words out, but it's not coming out. And I started out feeling like, oh, I can do this. I'm like fluid. I have my thoughts going, and I sit down. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of grief here. There's a lot of hesitation and the resistance to speak your truth. What? Okay, I'm getting some nature spirits, specifically plant spirits, flowers. Yeah, I was seeing buds blooming on a tree, pollinators, and I'm seeing the months of June, July, and August as well as yellow flowers, honey. Some of you might be beekeepers. If you're more into holistic medicine, you might be, yeah, I'm seeing a bee farm. Ooh. Well, you're definitely supported. Okay, your ancestors want to let you know that they're helping you create a better relationship with bugs and pollinators. Maybe you're creating a pollinator garden for I'm seeing even hummingbirds. Like you're learning like botany, herbalism, learning how to make a sustainable like environments and the types of plants you pair together and the types of plants for specifically pollinators like birds, bees, butterflies, creating a butterfly. Yeah. Pollinator garden. Ooh, that's actually beautiful because there are a lot of flowers that pollinators go to that like hummingbirds go to. So there's like this like biodiverse holistic approach to creating life around you. And I'm also seeing someone being asked to design a garden, like a community garden, or even like work on like a historical land to create and plant seeds. So if that's you, that's definitely a sign to work with Mother Earth and your ancestors because she will help you along with your, like if you're studying plants, absolutely use that as well as tuning into Mother Earth and being like, what plant do I need to have grow here to help your soil, because she will help you too, you know. And then do the research to kind of back it up as well, because you want to have all your bases covered. But there's this sign that like I'm seeing this. Okay, this is an Ace of Wands, and I think gladiolus. Yeah, gladiolus, because I'm seeing like a yellow flower, but I'm seeing like a sword flower. So that's how this Ace of Wands is appearing, and working with nature spirits and flower spirits and just saying, what do I need to be growing around you? Like, because just think about like nature spirits is like people, talk to them like you would a person, right? You talk to a sword flower and say, what kind of flowers would you like around you? And where would you like to be planted? And then do the research, and you'll probably see that that is exactly like the type of thing you need to do. But it's important to talk to plants. It's important to talk to the soil. And that's how we kind of work together and communicate, and to grow a little bit taller and stronger and keep going back there like an old friend. You know, if any of you are plant mamas or plant fathers, like if you're parenting a plant, like they are a living, breathing being and they're there for you. And just treat them with a lot of love, but I'm just seeing a lot of success when it comes to creating like gardens and garden gnomes as well, and certain types of plants and bug protectors. That is interesting. So yeah, because spirits, fae, nature spirits are protectors of the small and of the beings of this earth. So some of you might be encouraged to do that as well. And the Three of Pentacles, yeah, I'm getting a lot of like, I'm seeing these as seeds as well. Um, Oh, I saw a bulb. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Yeah, azaleas. Oh, I saw. Okay, so specifically, I was shown an azalea bulb or a different type of flower bulb to create like like a bush type of flower. Um, I'm also hearing hostas. What are those flowers that change color depending on the pH? Hydrangea. Okay, I was also saying hydrangea. Yeah, so it's like there's these, oh, three sisters. Yeah, studying like plants that grow together and work together. Three sisters. What is it? Is it corn, beans, and tomatoes? I do not. Oh wait, no, corns, beans, and squash. I forget what the three. You have to comment that if you know what that is, what the three sisters are when it comes to like these plants that go together. I believe one of them is corn. Yeah, no, there's this feeling of things that are planted together and work well. The yeah, the Fae want you to know that this also works with people and plant, not just plants and animals, but people. Sometimes you need three completely different beings or groups of people to come together to create something very beautiful, and it works off of each other. It's like when you plant, like, yeah, planting, I believe hostas need or require shade or partial shade. So you want to plant it near a tree and then plant it with something else. Like I know Stelladora lilies and I believe lilacs like to grow together. And it's like you have small flowers, you have tall flowers, and then you have shade. So when you're coming together with a group of people, you might look like you're different, but when you come together, you actually contribute something very beautiful to create this biodiversity and color and restoring color to your world. That is something very beautiful. So do not like turn away help from those who might seem like they're like drastically different, because at the core of your beings you uphold the same values and laws of attraction are working well with you right now, because you want to be this vibrant living human being. And sometimes you need someone taller, sometimes you need someone shorter, sometimes you need someone who throws a little shade so you feel cool. Because I mean, you're a beautiful, shining, vibrant being. So you deserve others like you who maintain that space. And so, my final message today, thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate you being here. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. I'm getting a message from specifically an ancestor. It might be this grandmother, grandparent person, or godmother. I'm also hearing this is a feminine energy. Yeah, no, oh, the bees. I love it. Okay, it all comes together in the end. In the end, only kindness matters. That is the song. I'm going to put it in the description below. I highly recommend you listen to it. It's called Hands by Jewel. And in the end, only kindness matters. In the end, you will be remembered by how much love you give. And I want to kind of cry because I feel like you are this very hopeful, generous being who wants what's best and a lot of love in the world. And you hold these sets of values and morality and almost like loyalty, and you're dealing with this loyalty in whatever position you're in. And this grandmother or godmother is this bee, like a very beautiful, like elegant being who is always around you. And without her, the world would just not be the same. Mother Earth also manifests as these pollinators, these I'm hearing witches in disguise. Those who are close to her and her being know what it's like to be hurt and tread upon unfairly and unkindly. But there's so much love here. I got the chills, and I felt the spirit of the divine enter through me, because whenever I resonate at a place of unconditional love, it's this feeling of like coolness. My body feels at peace, like it's like being submerged in cold water after a long hot day, and I feel just like this white light come through me. So when I see this, this is how you are deep down inside. You are this beautiful, kind soul, and you are contributing to the betterment of this world. And your godmother, grandmother is around you to let you know that you are kind and you are awesome, sweetie, and you are seen with favorable eyes in the heart of the divine, and you express divine love in many ways, but in the end, express it towards yourself. You deserve it so much more than you could ever know, and you are loved. And this godmother figure is surrounding you with a blue or a white blanket of love to hold you in her heart and know that you are never alone. So these are the messages from Mother Earth today, and I want to thank you for being here. I send all my love to you, and have a happy Earth Day, Earth Year, and Earth life.